panelists questions. Cameron, you first for Representative Jonathan Jackson.
Representative, again, sending both my condolences and prayers to you and your family. Just as a point of privilege, a couple things. One, as also a PK born in Chicago, your father directly impacted my father after my dad crossed Omega Psi Phi and went into seminary up in Garrett. Reverend Jackson, your father spoke at the same church that he grew up in and was married in. And we have a prominent picture up in our house of that moment. And as my father's gone on to his career, he always harkened back on that moment. And I had the chance to see him several times during my time, decade plus ago on Capitol Hill, and always was inspired. And that's kind of where my question leans into is Reverend Jackson's presidential run, and so much that he did help shore up so much of the Voting Rights Act and help shore up so much and really expand that. And that movement, is that platform even in the 80s kicked and had reverberations for decades to come. And we've now seen that under assault. I don't know as much as a question or a statement, but his powerful speech, his words, his chant of "I am somebody," how much pride he instilled, not just in Black people, but people as a whole. I think we need those words and that energy more than ever. And I'm encouraging you to encourage your colleagues to kind of stand with that same backbone and that fortitude now that one of our giants has gone on to glory. But there's so much we can learn and I think be energized in the times that we're in now by his legacy and by your legacy, even being sitting in the halls of Congress and with an ability to affect that in real time.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you for that statement. I had the opportunity to be the co-chair of the National Prayer Breakfast probably about 2 weeks ago now. And I asked myself, what would my father want me to do? And so he always sought to bridge the gap. And we've prayed for people on death rows, and we prayed for people with Saddam Hussein to get people out of jail that were human shields, get prisoners released from war. So I believe in the power of prayer. So I wasn't afraid to be on the stage with President Donald Trump and also speak truth to power. Last year, I was the co-chair for this past term, so I've been on the stage now with President Trump twice. And 2 years ago, I started my prayer off saying the divine, the eternal, the incomparable God, and then went into my prayer. And that was putting DEI front and center. This year, I started off the prayer saying the Latin Imago Dei, and Dei spelled in Latin is DEI, and Latin DEI simply means of God. And so, no, my Congressman Cleo Fields and I, my colleague from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, a dear friend of my father and great leader, we started the Congressional DEI Caucus. We didn't retreat. Started it 1 week after President Trump gave his speech. It's not the Black Caucus DEI. That's something separate. DEI means something good for all people. So we've got all races and groups in this. It's not just limited to members like the Black Caucus for the Black Caucus, which I 100% support, agree with. But also the Asian Americans have benefited. Females have benefited from it. So Tim Kennedy out of upstate New York, Mark Pocan out of Wisconsin, Ro Khanna out of California, Madeline Dean out of Pennsylvania. We made sure that it was reflective of America and all the beneficiaries could speak up and be a part of that caucus. So I try to carry on that legacy. I will never, ever, ever fill my father's shoes. That's my hero, but I will forever always try to make him proud and stand in the gap, be courageous, and I know I'll see him again in heaven.
Hip politics, baby.